13th as expected by October 1st, and some came in even yesterday. So thank you for all the faculty's effort, faculty members' effort, the IC coordinators' effort in bringing together 5 teams from each of your colleges. I hear some of the colleges had competitions held amongst the lot that wanted to join this particular competition. So as you know, we already had 3 webinars on the methodology and what should go into the concept and design document. And we also propose to have a pitch, present your pitch a competition around the end of this month. And I'm going to give a chance, open chance to all those people who have attempted to write a concept and design document. So here we have a very successful youngster, Shachi, and she's right now operating from UK. She's on a vacation with, and family is there. She has two kids and her husband is working there. So she's been grateful enough to come in, and this has been a constant request from our people that we need a youngster to come and talk to us, like alumni. It's kind of so, and she is the one person who has been there and done that, and she has a successful startup. I wish she will talk a little bit about her startup as well. She has done her software engineering from BITS Pilani, and followed up. She will put up her resume up in the first slide. So, and also in ISB, if I'm not wrong, I saw your LinkedIn post and I saw something like ISB connection as well. Not sure. Okay.
No,
okay.
I did. BITS Pilani
is the only alma mater she's attached to.
Yeah.
And we are very happy to welcome Shachi here, and I give the floor to her without wasting much time. I've already taken 3 minutes. Yeah. Yes,
thanks
yours,
a lot.
all yours.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Anu. Thanks so much. And so presenting has been something that I always liked, even when I was not an entrepreneur, but a employee in one of my previous organizations, IBM per to say. I was always pushed front to present the kind of work that we were doing. So every customer, when they used to come, and then they used to have a customer walk or customer presentation on the case study on what all we are doing, I was always there to present. So presenting has been something which I like doing, and I'm passionate about also.
Right.
There's so much that I learn as part of presenting. So it's a correction for myself on how I'm doing things, and also the kind of questions and the thoughts that come through the discussions is amazing. So I thank you and the PALS team for this opportunity. I'm honored to be part of this group, elite group, I would call. IIT is always a dream for us, which I could not have. So this is somewhere to get associated with IITians. So good to be here. So I'll just get started. Now, I was given this topic PYP, and I was thinking what is PYP means, and there were multiple combinations of the words that were coming in. Then yesterday, as I was talking to Anu, I asked her, is this the objective? The objective is to understand how do we present our pitch. So I said, I call this as present your pitch, because it's very important. Whatever you do, however good your idea might be, you have to present it well. So the presentation is not just in terms of your body language, your English, or your language as such, but it's more than that. A lot of things comes out during the presentation. Yeah, somebody presenting very well with an absolutely great language using all kinds of jargons may not get through well. Somebody presenting in a very, very simple way. A lot of times we don't understand what Shashi Tharoor talks, because his language is so good that it's not good. It's not understandable by the common man. So presentation is basically a combination of things that we should know, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Of course, whatever you are trying to convey, you will have to be able to express in a language that is comfortable for you and to the audience. So most often English is what we are using as the common language where we are presenting. So at least that level of communication and the language grip should be there. But other than that, there's a lot of other work that needs to happen in the background, and we need to be prepared to present whatever pitch that you're going to do. It can be pitch for anything, not just for an investment or a seed fund as such. Just trying to move. Okay. So basically what I'm going to cover today is a small introduction of myself and what I do. Then there are 3 areas that I want to cover in your pitch. What is your idea? What kind of planning you need to do? And ask. So all these together, you have to prepare, you have to practice. So there are 3 P's that was told to me by one of the leaders in my earlier organization, that we always have to remember 3 P's. One is prepare, practice, and then present. So this is going to be a common mantra for presenting your pitch as well, right? So let me just do my introduction. So Anu, thanks for calling me youngster, but I'm not that youngster also, because I have almost 23 years of experience in IT, having worked in companies like Wipro and Mercedes-Benz, Wipro, IBM, and Mercedes-Benz. For the last 4 years, I've been in this journey of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship was always something that was I was interested in. So even when I was in an organization, I always used to run the groups I was managing as my own company, which also helped and not so helped in career point of view. So, but then this is something when, a couple of friends, we were just talking, and then somebody said, why don't we start? And I jumped on, said, okay, I'll start, I'll quit and start. And that's how this whole thing happened. And then we started thinking what we will do and so on and so forth. So that's the story. So this is the 5th year that we are into in O2 Solace. O2 Solace is basically an IT company. One of the things that we and my partners bring along is the IT knowledge and the IT experience that we have. So we do a 2-prong approach. Since our idea was, when we started the company, idea wasn't there. There was no product, nothing was there. We just wanted to start a company. We knew what we can do services, because that was our strength. And then we started using that strength and started working to some of the customers, started delivering, and that's how we started building our capability. And once we started building the capability, we also were looking at the ideas, different kind of ideas that we can come up with products. And that's how we have now 3 different products, which has gone through many revisions. Then some things have been dumped, some things have been taken forward. The whole concept has changed. So many things has happened. And so it's still an ongoing effort, and I can't say yes, the product is all ready and it's this is the end of it. So the roadmap continues to be there for some time, and we will the product has as I said, taken many shapes and forms, and then it's available in the current form right now for different users. So what is the product? One is a e-commerce kind of platform for I would say the grassroots. So one of the vision that we have for the company is bringing IT to grassroots, which means to say touch people who are already touched by technology and mobile because of the widely available network and mobile devices across. So touch their lives just beyond the TikTok and WhatsApps and then other areas. So can they use it for their livelihood? Can they use it for their business? And that's where we are bringing this platform, which is for people or the small scale people, small scale industries which are coming out of villages, and give them an opportunity to sell the items and provide them a market both inside India and outside India. And that's one area. And then also another area, the most commonly used is agri-tech automation. So we are working with a lot of IoT related software. And then we are bringing up. The third area is more a gamification process. We've developed something from the performance identification and performance management point of view, but it can be used in many, many areas. So these are sort of many ideas that came in. We sort of slashed out quite a few, tried something, failed, and then decided we will do these 3 products as of now. So I don't know how things would change in future. We will probably work accordingly. So why am I talking about this? Why am I talking about this product? Is because of the fact, the idea. So for us to start a company, the idea was start a company, right? The idea was not about the product. Idea was not about what we do. The idea was start a company. We know we have these contacts, and then we will go do the service. Then then we said, okay, this is our vision. This is where we want to do. And that's how we started. So then what is critical is an idea to start something, an idea to be executed. As you can see the quote out there are many ideas, but what is missing is the way we want to execute to them. So for each one of you, there might be like 100 ideas. And last I heard is there are more than 100 people in the call right now. So just calculate, we have 10,000 ideas running in our mind as we speak. So are all these ideas good enough to get you a product, get you investment? Maybe, may not be. So what we need to be doing is we have to start putting our ideas together. So how does idea come? Idea comes through thinking, ideas come through our experiences, ideas come through by listening to someone who says something. Okay, I hope all of you might have seen this movie called Dangal. Pretty famous movie, Amir Khan's movie. So he had a goal. He wanted to win a gold medal for the country, right? He had a goal. He gets disappointed when he does not have, the offsprings were not male offsprings, because he was a Pailwan, right? And he was into wrestling. So then what happens slowly is that then when one fine day, and he has only girls as his kids, but then so he's sort of disappointed. He's disappointed because he feels he cannot fulfill the goal that he has, the idea that he wanted to relive. So then what happens, one fine day he finds that his girls go fight with some of the guys, beat them up royally. So instead of scolding them, what he does is actually, that's when the idea spurs, right? The idea did not stop at that point in time. The idea actually matured to become a reality over many years of effort that went into it. So what is this whole process? This whole process of getting an idea is ideate. You need to start ideating. I have 10 different ideas, so please put all of them, then see feasibility, and then see what is that I'm going to connect with. right? So in our own organization, if we have not, if we have done, if we had started to make samba powder and sell as an idea, maybe the connect that I would have had with that would not be to the level at which the connect that we have with our ideas right now, what we are pursuing. So what you need to be doing is, I first is ideate and then start empathizing with that idea. So I call live in the idea, right? Day and night, you should start thinking about that idea. So are you, when you're sleeping, are you thinking about that idea? Yeah, yes, only then maybe you are getting connected. Otherwise, no, that may not be the idea. You are trying to do somebody else's idea. So this is where I also bring in a small point on the salespersons versus entrepreneur or a founder who wants to promote their ideas or the products. Salesperson is actually selling somebody else's idea. So they buy heart, they know what needs to be done, and then they sell it. They might like the idea. I'm not saying they might also live in that idea. I'm not saying none of those will happen, but those are add-ons for a salesperson's profile. Then there's a other big list of things that we heard in one of the earlier sessions a salesperson needs to have, right? But then this, as a founder, as an entrepreneur, we have to start living in the idea. We have to see what change will my idea bring in to the society, to the people around me, who would like to use our idea, where they want to use it, so on and so forth. So the empathize is a key factor. So Anu, just one question. So I see some people raising their hand. Should I be stopping, responding, or just continue?
No, ma'am, you can continue because
we will have the questions after the talk is over. Please note down your questions if you have them. Then we'll take it after she completes her presentation. Yeah.
So we go back to our Dangal story or even Chak De India story, the hockey playing. They were leaving the idea. The moment they saw that there's an idea there, they started leaving. Then you need to conceptualize. So what is conceptualizing? So you have an idea, great. Now, how do you want to go forward from that idea? The idea is in your brain. How do you bring that idea into a more realistic 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional thing, right? So idea can be like a multi-dimensional stuff, point in your brain. So we need to conceptualize what is that idea? What will happen if I implement idea? How will I implement idea? How will it look? How will it, make an impact? Or what should I be doing? Or what should the team be doing to make that idea happen? So who will accept it? Who will, what is my initial thoughts on it? What is the money that I need to be spending on this? All this needs to come. I have a great idea. So today I will go and say, I want to build something eco-friendly. I see Tesla car, doing a great job with electric, in the electric vehicle segment. So I would like to, I have an idea to build a electric plane or solar powered plane for individuals, or maybe a family, 4 people can. So flying car, basically. I mean, great idea. Is it possible? Possibly it's possible, because we have seen in many movies the flying cars are there. And we've also heard in our mythology that there were flying planes and cars and everything earlier. So it's a possible idea. But then how do I do it? What do I need? Do I have the skill or the capability to really make it happen? Maybe I don't have, so I need to hire people. So then I have to hire people, then people will not come for free. Material will not come for free. So I need money. Do I have the money? Who will buy these cars? Do we have the market? So all this, there's there is hundreds of questions that keep coming in, that needs to come out, and then we need to start answering. So more questions come, more answers you do, and more realistic it starts feeling. That's when you're actually conceptualizing your idea to the next stage. That means from an idea, it can go to become a prototype, it can become something else. So this conceptualization is very, very important to tell ourselves that this idea is correct, this idea is not correct. Now, all these activities, should this be done alone as an individual? Need not be. You can have a team who are having the same kind of mindset. Then there is discussions, there can be fights. So you will feel, oh, I had this idea and that person is actually ruining my idea. No, that's the reality, right? So what happens is when we start empathizing, it becomes like our child. We don't want to hear anything negative about it. So we can't think negatively about it sometimes. So we will have to make sure that this is bounced back. So once you have the concepts ready, then you need to validate. Go talk to people who may not be related to this idea at all. So we also have this in mind. Oh, this is my idea. If I go talk to someone without getting the patent done, they might steal my idea. No. How will anybody, because see, you are resonating with the idea, not the other person. The other person might feel, oh yeah, good idea, but they may not still be interested to do. But then it's good to get it validated. But for somebody who's trying to do something similar, then you go give all your plan, obviously they will take it. So find out somebody who can be a neutral person who understands your concepts, but then can still validate. Yeah, this works. For example, when we did this IoT agriculture product, it has gone through so many phases and it's still, going through changes. We went and spoke to farmers. Will they use it? Why should we use it? We actually demoed it to farmers. At some point in time, they were like, oh yes, I'm interested. Put it in my farm for free of cost. I want to see. And then when we did that, then they came back with questions. Will this do this? Will this do? Will this do? Will it find a fertilizer level? Will it find NPK levels? Will it find that? Will it find this? So many questions came up, which we had not even thought about because we are not the domain experts. So this is important. Once you have the concept or a proof of concept, you need to validate it. Validate that idea, not just amongst yourselves, but to a larger audience. So a team of 5, let's say, comes up with an idea, they put a concept together. Then maybe you have to go to each one of them will have to go to 5 more people, maybe 25 more people to validate that idea. Then you come back and say, these are the pros, these are the cons. So this, and we also have something in a management terminology and a SWOT analysis: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. So ideas which gets validated, we will have to put it into that SWOT analysis and see really makes sense to go forward. If it's not making sense, you can stop, or you might have to revise and then go back to your drawing board once again to start ideating. So this is a cyclic approach until you have something you are passionate about. You are now the others have confirmed that this is a valid idea. You have to keep doing this cycle. So this whole cycle is actually a journey by itself. So as we do it, as the cycle goes on and on, we start filtering out, and then we get the concrete idea. As I said, we started with like 10-15 ideas. Everything was so amazing and interesting for us. And then we had to decide, this is what we are going to do. So that's where an idea, how you start with the idea, comes into picture. So now why why do we even need to have an idea? So why your idea is good? Now that you have done all this conceptualization and you've validated, and now the next step is, what is the unique selling proposition that you have with your idea? Now, is it a very innovative, brand new idea? Maybe. Yeah, I would, put some logos out here. Why? Because I felt these were some really game changers in many ways. And some there's no logo. It's a more common set of ideas that are happening. So Tesla, for example, when electric cars were there, there was no doubt. Even in India, there was Reva, which was which was there even before Tesla was known. But the extent Tesla changed the world, the way the world is being seen right now, no other car could do. Every other car company right now, I wouldn't call car company, in every other vehicle company is actually trying to make a environment friendly electric vehicle. Countries are supporting. Many countries have, electric charging points wherever people are going. And then they've become so well. And in one of the interviews, Elon Musk was also indicating that whatever technical spec that he wrote 20 years ago, probably early 2000, is only even Tesla has not implemented all that was there, that he has written. It might be only partial. So it was a very innovative and brand new idea which actually changed the whole the game. Like that, when Amazon started, it happened, but now it has become more of a e-commerce platform with volumetric, with everybody doing the e-commerce kind of a thing. And then there is niche. So I was in one of the sessions where people were talking about ideas and innovation, and then the worth of that innovation. So IBM is a huge company, has more than 100 years of experience, and Apple is not that old comparatively. So IBM, when you go to the list, product listing of IBM, it's like runs into pages and pages of product listing. But then Apple had only 5-6 product to say so. But then it's a brand that people aspire for. It's a nicheness that they have brought into their product that people aspire for, where the value of Apple is much higher than the company value as such, is much higher compared to IBM, which is there. So, but it is not that they're bad, but it's the nicheness or the brand value that they bring in, right? When you think of luxury car, Mercedes-Benz is what comes to the best or nothing. I mean, having worked there, I would rather use that name than any other brand car. But yes, that's the brand. That's the brand that they would bring in. So there are other ways, is in demand or demand creation, right? What happened was, so Microsoft Office was becoming more like a very solo provider for all kinds of document management and other things. So there was some kind of supremacy and all those, and people were trying to do many things. That's when Zoho came as a fresh wave in the internet arena. So Google was also coming, but what happens, most of them, they just become the monopolies, right? They're so big. Zoho, Google or Microsoft or anybody, they just become the monopoly. But in this, Zoho came. The user experience that they brought in with their products was so good. They started creating a demand for themselves. So it's not an in demand, but it's a demand creation. Their idea was, demand creation across. So there are many such products which came. We use this sticky notes, right? Sticky notes there was no need for sticky notes before. Nobody thought about it. But when 3M was they're basically the paste, the stick, cellophane tapes and those kind of sticking adhesive tapes company. So one experiment which went wrong, and then it did not give the strength of the adhesive tape, but it just used to come and peel off. And that thing that went wrong, they used it for creating the sticky notes. And this sticky notes is actually, then they had to create a demand for it. So what they did, they started publishing saying, okay, this is how you can use it, this is how it will help, and this is how everything will work. So this is important. So we have to know where our idea is getting positioned, right? Whether it's a very innovative idea, whether it's volumetric, because there are so many players now. Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, one more e-commerce platform is there. So many platforms are there. Why is it? Because similarly in the supply customer delivery segment, food delivery segment, Swiggy is there, Zomato is there, Uber Eats is there. Why? Because the volumes are so high. Many people can come in and can cater to this. So this is another area. Then on top of all these things, the digital transformation is important. So any idea you're doing without the tag of digital, it will not be that useful or helpful, because people are used to it. People are used to having, so you say agri automation, yeah, do it with an app. So that's the level of digital that has gone into people's lives right now. So we need to have digital. Do we need to have AI? Maybe yes. We need to have some deep learning. Yeah, maybe all these will have to come into this area. And then you need to know your competitors. When your idea comes, you always need to know who are your competitors. What is that you're doing different? So this is a homework that needs to be done, and it should be part of your presentation. Now, so once you have done your conceptualization and your idea is vetted out well, and it can proceed, you need to do how do you implement this idea? So first is define the scope. What is the reach that you want to do? What is the cost? And what is the benefit? And also, one more important point is who's your customer. So that reach is basically who's your customer. So you come up with a minimum viable product for prototyping. So you don't spend millions of rupees or dollars or pounds or whatever, and then say this is my idea and this is what, and nobody is coming to back you. It is initially, this is my idea, this is how it works, this is the current status, and this is how it will go. So your minimum viable product should be something in line with your final vision of the product or goal that you have. So this image shows it very clearly. So if you want to build a car, don't start with say I've done a tire and this is my MVP. No, it has to be a gradual. So you have done, if you want to build a car, make sure that there are 4 wheels and an engine which moves first. Then you build all the other stuff. So it's important to understand how your idea going to be implemented. That would be through your minimum viable product, which can reach to a certain level of customers, so that you get the feedback. Again, you go back to the idea and the drawing board and refine it further. And then you don't spend too much money on this. Okay, so this is important. Now, after all this, now you have done your homework. Now you actually have to do a plan on how do you roll this out, right? This is all your concept and idea and everything. Now, fine. Now let's come to the matter. How am I going to go forward with my idea? I'll just go back to my Dangal movie for one small quote out there. Amir Khan realizes that his daughters don't have enough protein. So they need protein and they're vegetarian, and vegetarians are like, not enough strength. So they need proteins, which is through chicken. And he goes and does, so his investor is that guy who's selling the chicken. He says, what, 100 rupee kg? He says, no, give me for 20 rupees. So that's why is that? That's the planning that he does. And then he says, see, if you give me for 20 rupees, the whole world will know that these two girls who ate chicken from this shop, they won gold medal, or they won some medal for India. That's the whole roadmap that he gives for him. That was actually a selling of an idea who was so passionate about it, right? So at different levels. So this whole concept, the pitching is not just in one place. It's throughout many places, even in our lives. So for everything. So what do we need to do in terms of planning? And one important point is your finances. You need to budget your cost. So minimum, I want to do my minimum viable product. Yeah, cost it. How much does it cost? Do I have money? Am I going to put it, or somebody else will put it for me? Why would somebody else put it for me? So all these questions. So as I said, going back to this flying car idea of mine, I can't do it because I can't budget the cost. I mean, I don't know what to do there. It's a great idea. It's still possible. But then how will I get it done? Even a prototype, how can I do? Maybe I can do a paper rocket and make it fly. That's my MVP, which will not go anywhere. So it's important that we know what is the cost that we are going to incur and how much can I take it. Then, as you can see in the right side of the slide, there are many costs that will come in. Your development cost, your other expenses, your marketing cost, your sales cost. Even to a small extent, you have to do marketing, you have to do sales. And then there is also this whole price. Then you arrive at your price point. What is the profit? What is the selling price? You arrive based on what is the profit that I want to make, how much the customer willingness is to pay, what are the offers that we might have to give them initially. So all these calculation and lot more calculations go. So as you can see, it's actually a balance. Your cost goes up, then your price also goes up, right? So you have to keep it balancing. Your cost cannot be high and where your price is low, because you're not going to make any profit out there. So you have to arrive at this price point. Now, fine, my flying car, I'm going to arrive, with a price point of 2 million per car, and who is going to buy? I don't know. Maybe there are people, but I don't know at this point in time. The concept is so raw, and that's the cost I'm arriving. So customers should be willing to pay. They should see value in whatever you're doing. Okay. So again, a lot of things come into picture out here. Some people will keep the price points at a higher level just to get the nicheness and the branding to go. And some people will say it's like Maruti car versus Mercedes-Benz. Features, yes, there is a number of differences. But then Maruti car has become more of a common man's car, whereas Mercedes-Benz is an aspirational brand, right? So this is what we will also have to think. We will have to think and put it into our financial planning. And then finally, commercially viable. Is it really going to be a profit-making venture, or it's just going to be may not. I just do it for the sake of doing it and nothing happens. For example, this SpaceX and Amazon, they all went to space, at least touched the space and came back. Is that a commercial viability? No, at this point in time, not for everyone. It is more for the passion that they have, or the kind. But if you see ISRO, for that matter, when they're launching the satellites, they have made it as a commercially viable idea and a sustainable idea, right? So another important point out on here is, in all this, the sustainability also makes sense. And when will it sustain? Only when you are getting proper returns. An idea can sustain only when you have profits coming in there. So there are some certain graphs that needs to be built. You have to show what is the need, what is the investment, how will you break even, what category cost, what. So this whole thing itself is a huge subject by itself, but there are quite a few help available, but across. So I just want to make a point that financial planning is a critical thing, where you show what is your inflow, what is your outflow, when are you breaking even, when are you making profit, and how are you making profit. Is that convincing? So that's how your whole valuation of the product or a company or everything will come into picture. So then, as part of planning, you also have to see how your whole product portfolio moves up. Your product roadmap should be there. You should have product proof of concepts. What is the MVP? What is the sellable product? So this sellable product can be version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. Can be versions forever, like Windows version keeps coming every year, every 6 months, right? It can be versions every now and then. Then what are the future offerings that you want to bring as part of this table? What would excite people? So you have so this is what happened, right? Google and all started as a free platform. So they created this search engine. It started, so they had this minimum viable product. If you just go into google.com, the website is so simple. Why? Because the website development skill at that point in time when they started the company was very minimal. So all they wanted to do is with HTML pages, right? Maybe they had some internal algorithms which was all different. So the proof of concept, or even today it has become the product, the search engine is the product, was a minimalistic approach that they took. Then they said, okay, now I do search engine, how am I going to add? And then they started adding a lot more features into the same thing. And then also, how do they make money? Make money through ads. So they're not going to charge you. If somebody charges, will anybody start searching using Google for searching? May not be. So their whole idea is let people, or everybody come, use their product. Somewhere, the data that we send to them is used as an oil to make money, or the ads that keep popping up, which we feel annoying, will give them the revenue. So this is how their product roadmap, would have come in. Then your financial outlook. What am I going to spend in year 1? What am I going to get in year 1, 2, 3, 4? A short-term goal, a long-term goal. What are the milestones that I'm going to achieve? So all this will have to come in your portfolio. And then finally, the team. It's very important to put the team, saying that these are the people who are backing up this idea. If you say, I'm the only person, I'm qualified enough, they will, probably not like it so much, but that's how you will have to take it up. The team is also very important to give the confidence. And one last point, the most important one is, after you've done all these things, go and ask. Right? If you don't ask, you don't get it. You have to ask what you need and very clearly put it. I need so much money. For what? I've given all the story earlier. I've told you my idea. I've given you my concept. I have given you my MVP. Now I have given you my planning, my future roadmap. For that, I need this much money. Okay. And then this is how I'm spending. I'm spending in the product development. It can be the human resource, the infrastructure, the so many hardware, anything. It can be anything. Just put clearly. What is the ask that you have and how are you going to spend it? Because in previous slide, you would have given an approach on how you're going to return their money. And then finally tell them, how do you help them returning on the investment? So some people, it will also be asked from their side, okay? So the way we have asked them the money, they will ask, okay, this is what I need. They will say, I need this many times of investment to come to me in 5 years time frame. Typically, expectation is 3 to 5% or 10%, 10 times the investment that they have done. Or they want to be, get into share or equity, or they might just give a debt, which means you have to return them the money, you have to keep giving them the interest and make money. And then a clear timeline on the return. This is when I need this. And it's a very, very legal process. So one important point that I would suggest for all those who are seeking is know the legalities of this investment and know what you're getting into. So that's pretty much is what is needed in a pitch document. You have to show your idea, your product, your planning, and what is the ask. So that's basically is summarizing what you are going to do. So end your presentation with the summarizing whatever you have put together, and then leave with the ask. So that's how you do this whole presentation. Can I get another 2 minutes or 3 minutes? I just want to show one YouTube's seed funding presentation.
Yeah.
I'll just brush through it, right? Okay. It's very simple. Okay, so I'll just stop share. So YouTube, way back when they had to get, we know YouTube now, very well, and it's getting live streamed in YouTube also. But when they had to get the funding, what did they do when they were selling their concept? So they gave this purpose. Very, very clear, very simple. So you see that there is no fancy presentation out here. It's a very simple, plain presentation. And then what is the problem? They've defined their problem statement out here. And then what is the solution that they're bringing? This is basically the idea, right? And once the idea has been pitched, what is the market size? So who are their customers? Who are your customers? What is your scope? Who will use this, right? And then who's your competition? And once you know what is that, how are we doing it? So our MVP or product roadmap comes here. What are they going to use and how are they going to develop this product? And then how are they going to reach different sets of people, right? And how are they going to recover? You can see here, charge members for premium. So we have the YouTube premium already. So, and then there is also ads, which keeps coming in, right? If you don't want to get annoyed by ads, then you pay. So that's what the way of making money. And then they're talking about their team. And look at the team and how they have described, right? So most of them, probably PayPal, one of Elon Musk's earlier products, was pretty famous by then, and those people have been recruited to do it. So their skill sets. So it's a good team with required skill set to develop the platform like that. And metrics. So what have they done so far? Very simple. So this, and then they actually went, they got, a multi-billion funding, seed funding for YouTube, right? But yes, they had to probably show the product, but that's what it is. So it's sounds simple, but there's a lot of work and effort that needs to go in, and never happens in the first go. We have tried many times and we're still trying. Then, somewhere, sometime, something clicks. So thank you for listening to me. That's about what I wanted to say today.
Thank you, Shati. I think we will take your questions after the interview, because we have asked 3 of the students to be here and 1 senior person from our thing. If you can have a 10 minutes gap between the questions and the interview, it will be nice. Can I do that? Or
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah. Subbu, it's all yours right now for next 10 minutes. So thank you for being here. And I request the team from SRM. Robin, have you co-hosted them as well?
Yeah, they have joined, and I have made it co-host.
Yeah, they can come on a line, and we are all ears. It's Subbu's floor right now.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Anu. Thank you very much. Hey, Robin, can you ask these 4 students from SRM to?
Yes, sir. We are here.
Yeah, switch on their videos. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, see, I don't know, maybe last 30 minutes or 35 minutes, the people who are taking part in the Innova competition of paths have heard how to succeed in a new venture. Basically, the steps that have been elucidated by Sakshi, saying that these are the steps that you need to do, how to succeed, right? It's like a cookbook that she has shared with you. Also, she has shared her experience and some of the success stories. Probably in the last video, she talked about a couple of success stories. So many of the participants in Innova competition might feel, yeah, it's all fine, but will I be able to do it? That question will always come back. When I was a student, it comes back. Even today, that question comes back to me. Oh, can I achieve it? But at the same time, when I look at students of having in the same environment and context, and when they are able to do something good, I think we need to learn from that. Right? Many times students might think, okay, this is easy for somebody to say who has been there and done that, right? But they don't know my current environment. So that's what it is. So we had a hackathon. Probably some of you would have participated. There were a number of winners in hackathon. So in the process, we said, okay, we'll start with SRM college. There are 4 students from SRM, Riddhi, Shambhavi, Rashi, and Shruti. They developed a working model of a use case, what we gave them. That the duration was just 1 week. The use case was given, which is basically a patient's registration system in a clinic. Right? That was the use case. Of course, some more conditions were given. There were a lot of people who attempted it, but this team, what we found was the time given was just 1 week. So they were able to develop a good prototype and a working model. Now, the constraints are very similar to what all of you are facing, because they are also in SRM and they are located in different places. But they were able to do it. So what we thought was, Anu was telling us, why don't we share what things they did right to make this a success and win that hackathon award from PATS. So I have few questions for these 4 students from SRM. Thanks for joining. I know it's late evening and you're all in different locations. Thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts. So I will ask few questions and I leave it to any one of you or a couple of you can answer that question. Okay. The first thing that I want to know, how did you form this team? Because I know you are located in different places. How did you form the team?
So actually, we are friends. We met each other in the first year of our college when we were there. And then we became friends. And then onwards, we are continuing it as a team as well as friends too.
So a friendship and a team helped you to form this team?
Yes, sir. Very, very nicely. Because when you have a bond with each other, you know each other very well. And then you can work together as well.
Okay. So when the use case was given to you, how did you work together and how did you do the work allocation? I know that all of you are in 4 different locations. So how did you coordinate and manage the work allocation?
So mainly because of the all apps providing us like Google Meet, Zoom calls, we all managed our time, decided a particular schedule to meet every day, and we basically planned. That is, we made a plan, like we assigned the work, because I and Vriddhi worked on front end, Shambhavi and Shruti worked on back end, and daily in the evening we met, we showed our work to each other and uploaded it regularly on time. Basically, we didn't miss the deadlines. We decided in the morning, this work has to be completed today anyhow. And we achieved that till the evening. That was the main point, sir. And because of technology, Google Meet, Zoom, we could show our work to each other. We could save it on Google Drive and various other platforms. That was very easy.
Anybody else other than Rashik wants to say
Yes,
something?
sir. I would like to add on. So we always decided, like we always collaborated with each other. When we have some confusion, we would collaborate with each other on WhatsApp, and then we would clear the doubts. Maybe somebody is good in something, and the other person is not able to understand. So we cooperated with each other. Like friendship, we know what are strengths of other person and what the other person can handle better. So like that, we collaborated to work as a team. That's why we were able to do it.
Now, what happened? I'm pretty sure things will not be like so smooth. There would have been issues. There would have
Yes,
been things
Various
didn't
issues.
happen the way it should have happened. Somebody would have missed the deadline for various reasons. So how did you resolve that? Basically, I would say issues or conflict resolution. How did you manage that?
So, Vriddhi will answer first. She'll go.
Yeah.
So it is basically if somebody had some problem, or if the other person was facing problems, the person informed the problems earlier so that the other person could look into it and could help the other person to resolve it. It was never left unsaid that it was never delayed by the other person. If she was not able to do, then it was informed to the other person so that we all could help. Like it was never neglected, or it will be looked afterwards, or okay, we'll do it later. So that was not the perspective. We always stick to the, if other person is not able to, it's fine. We all are learning, so it is very much possible that we don't know everything. So we basically helped each other, and that's why we were able to do it.
Shambhavi or Shruti, you want to add anything?
So I would add to this that, so for example, we were divided into teams of 2 for the front end and for the back end part. Me and Shambhavi were looking after the back end part of the website. And so if it happened that one of us was unable to meet the deadline required for that day, so the other one completed that work. So basically at the end of the day, we had our work done for the day, which we had to do. And then we discussed it over the Google Meet before the end of the day. So that is how we were able to.
When you were doing this project, I think you had your academic session also on. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So how did you give priority? See, when people say I don't have time, which I don't believe, it's only a question of priority. Everybody has got time in the world. The problem, all of us, including me, I'm saying, is we don't have a priority. Time is there. What I assign priority, I do it first. So you had an academic session and you also had this just 1 week. So how did you prioritize and what did you sacrifice in this prioritization process? Something you have to give up, right? Maybe watching a TV or, chit-chatting or using a Facebook or something like that. So how did you prioritize? Because this involved a lot of work. I know because I did see the demo and everything. It was quite impressive. So how did you manage your time and prioritize your time?
Basically, our college timings are from 9 to 2 or 3. So it was very tough for us to just give up that time from 9 to 3 and work after that. So one way was to record the classes. The classes of that 1 week were recorded so that we can refer to it afterwards. So because at that point of time, we have to work on hackathon. That was only of 1 week. So one thing was like, if we have a lot of work today, so what we can do is we can inform our faculty advisor. He was very supportive to us. So he just recorded the class for us, and so that we can refer to it later. So that 1 week course was covered by us later. Moreover, the thing was we worked late nights. As we are all in colleges, we know we have to work late night only. Because in college also for semester exams and all, we have to just give up our sleeps and go for the syllabus and all. So that was like we burned the midnight also.
So you said that all the four of you skipped your regular academic sessions and worked on the hackathon.
For Sunday, like 1 or 2 days when the workload was very high, or we are having like in the front end, we were having some problem that we could not resolve. So if our class is going on and we have to resolve that particular problem, I could ask the teacher in form, and that particular class of 1 hour, we can just cover it up later.
So your priority was clear that you wanted to somehow crack this
Yes.
hackathon and make it work.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
So
Yes, sir.
because only studies cannot, like in this world, if we only focus on our studies without doing extracurricular works, it is not possible to just come out of the crowd and show our capabilities.
Did you take any outside help while doing this project? Because I'm sure you might have got into some serious technical issues. Did you get any help from outside?
Yes, sir. We referred like online. We referred Stack Overflow. We referred YouTube videos to clear our doubts, because there are numerous errors when you start running. There are hundreds of errors which will be displayed in the terminal. So we kept on reading and we kept on resolving. It takes time. We learned a lot from that. It was always Stack Overflow, or we just searched on Google's, went through 20-25 links to solve the problems, and then referred to the online YouTube videos to solve our problems. And sometimes the other person knew the solution to it, so we helped each other and we got to learn new things so that in future we could use it. So yeah, we referred the net for solutions to our problems.
This will be my last question, and then I'll sum up. What motivated you to make sure that you succeed in this? Do you know that you will win the award when you started presenting? Very confident.
So the topic which was given was hospital management, and the time which we are going through, like the COVID time, it's the most relevant thing which we could have developed. So the topic itself, it gave us the motivation. We had to do it because it is what we need right now. People are not able to get the medical care. So if we could just contribute a 0.1% towards it, it was our goal. So when we started building and when we reached the end, we had in mind that we have to win it, and we'll do it. Come what may, we will win it. So we had that mindset from the beginning.
Okay, anybody else? Otherwise, I want to wind up. Anything else anybody wants to say?
No, I think it's all covered, sir.
All covered. Hey, thank you very much, Riddhi, Shambhavi, Rashi, and Suti, because the reason why we got all of you together, because I don't know whether you are going to take part in Innova. I don't know that. So this team, I don't know, right now about 280 people plus are attending this program. So basically, Innova is a long-run program which goes for about 8 to 9 months. Anu Ramanujam is the one who is from PALS, is leading the entire effort for that. What we want to give a message to all of them, I'm pretty sure they will do a good job. In the previous Innova, people have done a fantastic job. But we thought it is better to share some of your good practices, your motivational factors, which will help the other students, right? So that they will learn from each other. Because learning from each other is the way you have used a digital technology collaboration tool is fantastic, right?
Sure.
And then you were motivated. Then you also did, recorded classroom lectures so you prioritized everything, and having done all of that, you got the fruit of winning the hackathon. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your input.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, on behalf of PALS.
Thank you, sir.
It's a very big compliment coming from Subbu, because he has been the Pitamaga during the railway reservation times. He was a student or just a starter then, and then he done a lot of work in our reservation system, railway reservation system from Delhi. He's from the IIT Delhi alumnus group, and I love what I heard from Riddhi, Rashi, and Shruti. And I hope it is going to be a motivating factor for all the aspirants who are here in this particular conference right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
You can
sir.
stay back for the Q&A also, because
Yeah, you need to stay back from.
stay back, yeah, that will be nice.
Now, if you are part of the webinar, stay back for a flash quiz as well, which will happen right now. And anybody having questions right now? Robin, shall we post the Slido quiz
Yes.
onto the thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I have posted
Yeah.
in the YouTube as well.
Are there people in the YouTube?
Yes, they are there.
How many?
1 second.
Please click on the link that has been posted by Robin, and there'll be questions that are coming. You'll have to fill in certain details about yourself, your email ID and things like that.
Email ID and the name.
Name. Robin, on the, can we get that screen on? Flash quiz screen on. Now, this is just to validate what you have been hearing for the past 1 hour from Sachi. So we'll know how much has gone into the system. So,
Are you able to view the screen?
Yep.
yes.
Okay. So shall we start?
Yes. We'll know how many are in.
Yes.
So those are the names who are in. I want all the 275 people here, at least 260 getting in. I don't want our volunteers to be part of that quiz. So
41, 43.
wake up. I know it's late.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, we'll wait for 150 to come up there at least.
Yes.
People from YouTube also join the
Yes.
quiz. Please fill in your information. I see all the IC coordinators there, Ariv Mani Ravanan, Mohana Priya. These are all faculty members. Thank you for joining. I thought I saw Joe Anand.
When you get into the quiz, you just go to the browser and submit the answers. Then while showing the leaderboard, you just see the Zoom screen. Yes, I think we can go for the question. Or
150. Wait, I want 150, boss.
Okay.
272. 2 minutes. Let's see.
Anu has her requirement very clear.
Please log in quickly so that we can start.
Please log in.
No, this is like a vague platform to me when I see only the names of people and I don't know whether they are there at the other side. So this is a proof for me that at least 150 out of 277, 324 was the original number. 150, you can start the quiz, Robin. 151, yes.
I'm going to start the quiz now.
Start
Your
the quiz.
First question. You have 20 seconds. MVP stands for, that is the first question. Let's see what will be the answer. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, let's see the answer. So minimum viable product is the answer. We'll move to the second question. Idea does not work. What happens then? You have 19.
There are 4 options. Click on the right one.
Yes, the 20 seconds is over. Let's see the answer.
Robin, we are not able to see how many actually answered, no?
Yes, we'll move to the next question. I think that what is empathizing with idea? You have 9, 12, 9 seconds, 7, 6. Yes.
Yeah, they've been listening. Nice. They've been listening.
Yes. We'll move to the next question. Tesla created the new kind of demand.
Robin, don't bring your cursor anywhere. I know you know the answer. You're prompting. Cursor varada paathukonga.
Okay. Let's see.
Yes.
See the answer is yes. We'll move to the next question. To build a agri-tech product, first step is
The first step is to build an agricultural farm, build a mobile app, build a prototype for the product, or visit an industry to understand the technology. The cursor kondu vara.
okay. Let's see.
Yeah, there. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
they heard the story very well. 31% listen to the story.
See the leaderboard.
An intermediary step. I
Yeah,
think
the fastest
Shivanandam.
thing is Shivanandam, Jaishini, Pushkara Rani.
See, but look at the time as well. Somebody took only 55 seconds and the other one is 58.
You can take the photos. Finally, you'll see once all the
Okay, let's go to the next set of questions, Robin. 5. We're only halfway back.
What should financial planning consist of? Yes. Yes, they have answered. We see the answer. Yes.
Good. This is a very important point that you should have taken in.
Yeah, we'll
Important
move-
takeaway.
We'll move to the next question.
Next one.
Financial.
Remember the graph she showed.
Yes, we'll see the answer.
Yes.
Move to the next.
Next question.
Does team have an impact on investors? Let's see the answer. Yes, we'll see the answer. Yes.
Good.
yeah.
I wish all of you value your team.
Is asked mandatory? Yes, we'll check the answer.
92%, they have understood that part very well. Because Vayulla Pillai Pizhaikum, so they know that very well.
The final question. That is a 10th question. What are the terms and conditions of investment? Fine, we'll see the answer.
73%.
Okay, we'll see the leaderboard. Congratulations, Jaishini. So,
Jaishni.
Akash, Senthil Kumar, and Devasena, Jogi, Venkatesh.
If you had put your name of the college, that would have been branding. We kept asking for that right from the beginning. Put your college name in the front.
Okay.
So I don't know, Jaishni is a faculty or a student, I wouldn't know that. So anyway, we'll look at our registration forms and go with that. And I think it's 75% of what we spoke has gone into the system, and it will stay. They have to sleep with their idea and then come up with the right concept and design document. I request, if you have any questions, have you put in chat? Robin, can you look at the chat?
Yes, I will stop now.
Are there any questions in the chat box?
No questions. I think one
No
person.
questions. I think they have no questions at this point of time. You're welcome to ask your questions. If it pops up, please write to us and we will connect with Shati and get the answers. And we also have our Innova team here, task team here. I would request Arun and Ramesh to pitch in here.
Ma'am, one person has raised his hand, Jahavira Pandian. I
Okay, Kalima.
Jahavira Pandian, you can unmute and speak.
Yes, Mr. Jahavira Pandian.
Okay, I think is not.
By mistake. Hmm?
Yeah. By mistake. Okay.
Okay, Arun, please take the floor and explain what is expected in the concept and design document and a brief on what we want to test during the pitch your point event on 29th and 30th of October. We have received about 138, close to 138 competing teams registering till now. We are expecting the concept and design document by 12th of October. And you would have been sent the drive and the specifications already. So I request Arun to talk about what is expected in the concept and design document quickly and follow it up with any questions from your side. We'll be happy to take it. I thank Shati very much for putting in a great show today. Thank you, Shati. Arun.
Thanks, Anu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sachi, for your excellent presentation, which is by and large along the same flow as the Lean business canvas that we are trying to get our students to follow for this year's exercise.
She got to see the Aware webinars as well.
Yeah, I did see.
So yeah,
Thank
I
you.
think for the student teams, you've got to see what actually happens and how it is executed, how it is important to empathize, conceptualize, validate, and then taking it forward with a minimum viable product. We did have earlier in our webinars about the canvas and the main building blocks of the canvas. As I have repeatedly emphasized in our webinars, it's important to make a hypothesis, test out the hypothesis, validate that hypothesis, and then take it forward. What we would like to see in that document you're going to submit is the evolution of those hypotheses that you prepare, validate, change, again validate, revalidate, or and then take it forward as well. This is to show us how the process has evolved and how you've been able to firm up your points of view about the idea and how to bring the focus to the customer and take it forward. I would bring in Ramesh if you're there. If you have some points to add, Ramesh, could you bring it in? Anu, is Ramesh there or? Okay.
Yeah, he is there. He.
Okay.
I am not being. Okay. The host
yes,
was
Ramesh.
not allowing me to unmute for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
Right. No, I'm there. And actually, Arun, I'm 100%. In fact, I mean, today's session was a real solid reinforcement of our, lean canvas and all the topics that we were talking. So conceptually, I think it is exactly as we would have expected, which is a validation, so to say, of the lean
Thought
canvas
process.
and so on and so forth. And very importantly, I mean, the final result where in the question answers, the fact that, the percentage of hit rate was so high meant that, Sachi with her real life experience was able to strongly
Connect.
communicate those concepts. I mean, I think initially we started, I'm sure it was at a slightly conceptual level, but I think now we brought it down, especially after today's session, we brought it down to a level of realism. And I think we can really expect some solid stuff this time.
Yeah, Ramesh, there's a question in the chat box. If you could just have a look at it, probably it makes sense to address that.
Yeah, kindly discuss about the template of
No.
CND.
I'm going back a little further. While brainstorming, we understood that we need to rework on our idea. We plan to make changes in our idea on the same theme. Shall we proceed further, or we may be making some changes?
Yeah, so far as you're not changing your category, it's fine, I think.
Yeah, no, that's true. And in fact, I think this question is also very relevant in the sense, Shachi mentioned that, one is the importance of conceptualizing. I mean, so that out of the hundreds of ideas, we bring a certain level of realism using conceptualizing, right? And validating, and then going back to the drawing board. So, I mean, this whole process of planning and revalidating, I think we should use the lean canvas and revisions of the lean canvas repeatedly. That is what I think should make the concept document. I mean, that is what I think is going back to the drawing board repeatedly. Okay, yes. I guess that should answer the question.
You can always explain what your journey was, and that will gain more points, right?
Yeah,
because you realized something and then you got back and validated with the customer or with your friends or whatever. So correct. That is going to help Jagavir Pandian.
Yeah, so multiple revisions of that of the
same
canvas,
idea,
I think will tell the journey, so to say.
Correct.
Yeah, Arun?
Yeah, there is another question on discuss about the template for the CND that was given in the right from the first webinar. You need to go to www.carlspgm.com/Innova and take a look at the concept and design document and address all the points, 8 bullet points that are available there, which is relating to the business canvas. Make sure all these headings are there in your document and address them completely.
Correct.
I hope that answers the question. Because I don't want to take a class again. I want you to go and refer it. Is it fine? It was asked by a faculty, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Dr. R. Sri Lakshmi. Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. I want all of you to go and read those documents, the guidelines and the concept and design document. Remember whatever you heard here and look at the 8 bullet points or 9 bullet points which are available there. Make a complete and good document. First, like it is translating your idea into the 2D format. Then we'll go to the 3D and prototyping and all that. The first step is 2D, visualization of what you have thought of. And it's important, as the interviewees told today, that you have to get a common ground amongst your team members, what each one is going to do about it, which part they're going to address, whether it is the design part of it or they're going to use a CAD and develop a digital prototype, whatever. Please come up with those understanding as well very clearly. That will help. Arun, any other thing?
No, I mean, I'm going back to that team. One thing that I picked up from that team was the passion across the team for that idea.
Yes.
And, and because of that passion, they found the time. They found the organization to meet every evening in spite of distances or whatever. And they found alternatives where the professor could record and send his lectures and they could see it later. So, I mean, once you have the passion, you will find solutions to a whole lot of other things to make this passion happen. So I think that's a key takeaway for me from that group.
That is where ask is not just for money, but also for the space and time that we need. So ask is a very important factor that came out through this particular session, I think, Shati. We have to ask for things.
Yeah. And this is something we are leaving.
Yeah.
For last few years.
We assume several things for granted, no? Take things for granted is not the way we should be running. We should have a clear plan and ask for that. And if I'm very metaphysical, I would say the universe will listen to me, and then like the alchemist, I will get the answer from somewhere, but that is not always true. We need to ask, verbalize it. Yeah.
Yeah. When there's a saying, right, without crying, mother also doesn't give milk.
Doesn't give the milk, yeah.
Ask.
And these
is
days,
the first
mothers
lesson
are
that
too
we
busy.
learn.
Mothers are too busy these days. That is also there.
Yeah.
I also want to, in fact, add on to the SRM team's contribution to this whole process. I think the teamwork and the fact that they've almost now come out with an idea which will motivate them, I think, through fairly long period in their careers going forward, is just the kind of example that we would like other students to follow. See, because they've now achieved a very important inflection point in their careers, as I see it. Because many startups, if you notice, have come out of colleges, out of teams that have became friends from their first year onwards, and then came out with an idea. So I really congratulate the SRM team. They're a beacon, actually.
Thank you, Ramesh. Vipin, who's mentoring a startup, has gone to the next level of funding, I heard. So Vipin, your thoughts, please. You there? I think he's...
He should be unmuted, I guess.
Yeah.
I think he has to unmute.
Correct.
Just adding to what Ramesh has said and what the SRM team has shown is one word called discipline. They have exhibited a real core value of discipline. Without discipline, you can't do anything. And that's what these three girls have shown to the entire team, which I was really impressed by the discipline, the setting up goals and then cross-checking every day whether the goal has been reached or not. If you convert this idea into any sphere of work, you will succeed. There is no way out. And even if we are old, say much, still that idea of discipline is still relevant to everyone, all of us who are in this. So I think this is a lesson which they have reignited the sort of, the importance of discipline. Coming back to finance, this is more about when you get the money, how to use it, and that comes at a later stage. Because when you start working on your ideas and you start getting the money, you run out of money. So then you have to prioritize what work you can do and what you have to get it done from others. So that is another aspect. I think that is at a later stage. I mean, it's not, I don't want to bring this topic here. Another thing is Arun in his webinar had talked about failures. I think Arun, you spoke brilliantly on that day. I think you can just give a few minutes about why you should not be afraid of failures. Just go ahead, Arun.
I think that is in the recording as well. one
Yeah,
of the
but
key-
just give a few minutes to them.
1 minute.
Okay, the basic thing is, I mean, and this is something that I've read in all our student leader submissions as well, even this year, that they don't like failing, they don't like to see failure, they want to avoid failure, etc. I think, yes, failure in your subject, you have a certain portion, you have to cover it up, you have to perform well in being able to answer that. So that is something with regard to the education that you're getting. But in life, there could be failures, there could be mishaps, but I think you should find the energy and the focus to get up and again fight. I think failure should not knock you down once and for all. It is about getting up and then finding another way to get over that. And that is very important. So that is one of the things that I pick up while reading a lot of these books on some of these startups that have been coming up. There's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of handicaps or knockout punches that they have got in their journey, but they have had the guts to wake up or stand up again and then fight for another day. So don't be afraid of that. That is what we were trying to pitch when we were doing our webinars.
That's very, very important. We look at it as a learning experience, the whole thing as a learning experience. It is not any deciding factor. If you have failed sufficiently, you have
Learn a lot.
eliminated that statistics already, and you are bound to win once you start something new.
Just one
Yeah.
sec.
Yeah.
In economic times, and it was today or yesterday, I don't know, some one-liner from a Hindi movie, जो दौड़ में फिसल जाता है वो हारता नहीं है, जो हारता है जो फिसल के उठता नहीं है. Okay.
Translate.
Arun has said it. Arun can translate.
So the point is basically that you learn more from failures than you do from successes. So that is something that you have to keep in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, because sometimes our successes is actually, it scares me. Oh, something is coming too easily is actually very scary.
Yes. Is it a cakewalk already?
Yeah.
No, but it is only the success part people see. They don't see the other, they only see the tip of the iceberg. There are so many hardships that one would have gone through mentally, physically, emotionally to reach there. So behind every success, I believe there are a lot of failures. So, and failures give you the experience you need to pull on in future.
Okay.
Are we done?
Yes, Anu, I think so.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Swati, and the Innova team and Subbu, and all the students and faculty members who had been on to this particular thing, a webinar, 4 webinars, in fact. You can go back and see the recording as well once again. It's available on the Innova page, and all the rules are available, and I want the documents by October 12th, 12 midnight. Thanks.
I think Robin has some information, I think.
Robin, have you posted the feedback?
Yeah.
Participants, I posted the feedback, both Zoom as well as YouTube. Please submit the feedback.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thanks a lot. Go for your dinner, and you go for your evening tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye. Thanks a lot, Sachi.
Thank you.